Greetings everyone, welcome in MechWarrior News. And boy, we have the news today, quite a lot of it actually. So let's get into it, shall we? New patch, it's a juicy one. Well, let's start from the top, shall we? That's not important information. Quick reminder that Stone Rhino pre-order is here. We have 2 new legendary mechs as expected. The Cyclops and the Supernova. We will see if PGI learned anything from previous iteration of legendary mechs. And quite a lot of adjustment to quick play and faction play maps. And I do mean quite a lot. This time PGI engineers did a good job, at least on paper, we will see. Also a lot of quirks, weapon adjustments, mech adjustments, skill tree adjustment, yes, and bug fixes. That's TLDR for you. And now details. And we have Clan Light Mechs Solaris Weekend event and sales. By the way, if you like to play light mechs, if you think you're good 1v1 and 2v2, that's a good time to have some fun and earn some sweet civils. Also, if you terribly want to buy any clan light mechs, that's a good time to do it. So yeah, pre-order of the Stone Rhino is still in effect. If you are interested, and I think this will be powerful mech. If you want to know the details, go to my previous video about that. But yeah, it will be powerful mech. Not overpowered, I think. It's too big, wide, and overall unwieldy machine to be like super overpowered. But it will be good, I can guarantee you that. Now, the meat. The new legendaries. As per usual, as the previous ones, 15 Bold Eagles per pop, 30% Sybil bonus boost, custom paint jobs, custom cockpit items, a lot of additional stuff in quote-unquote battle pass. No surprise there. Now, the first legendary Cyclops Argus, I don't know, depends on which language they chose for this one, the inspiration for this rather. It looks sweet, but you can already see the problems with the idea. A lot of energy mounts in the arms, and Cyclops arms are kinda low, so that can be problematic also. Energy in the torso. And 2 ballistics in the torsos. In this case, 2 Gauss rifles. So from what we can see here, that's 6, 7, 8 energy mounts and 2 ballistic mounts. Well, let's check. Yes, it is. 2 ballistic. Thank you for this feature, Darren, or whoever did that. Really, zooming in on this one is a great idea. I feel like I was bitching quite a lot about this one previously. So yeah, I feel like bitching and moaning sometimes can achieve things. Anyway, 2 ballistics and 8 energy. Sound great, to be honest, except this one thing. The low arms. I don't know if I will be the fan of this mech, to be honest. So the quirks. Maybe the quirks are great. Sybil bonus plus 30%. Inner medium laser Inner sphere medium laser HSL, which means hit scale limit plus 1. So instead of 6 you can fire 7 ER mediums. So in theory you can just alpha all of this. 7 ER mediums, 1 large laser and 2 ballistics. That will give you some nasty firepower, there is no denying that. And structure quirks. Well, wait, that's it? No, sensors. Target info gathering plus 30%, which is nice, you will know all that much faster what your enemy is bringing, where exactly he's damaged, where you should place your shots. 360 target retention range plus 500, so basically even if something is moving behind you, you will know the guy is there, you will see him on your minimap. Seismic sensor range plus 150, nice, appreciating that. Most pro players don't use seismic sensors, but I do, so I like this change. Sensor range plus 250, that's nice. But there is nothing here really enhancing our firepower except this one hit scale limit plus 1 for mediums. Okay, gang, I think this mech is truly not overpowered. And clearly it's tailor-made for this particular energy setup. 7 ER medium lasers and 1 large laser, possibly 1 large pulse, and 2 ballistics, 2 Ultra AC-10s or 2 Gauss. And probably I would go with 2 Ultra AC-10s, because with ER mediums this is not a sniper mech. So 2 Gauss. And Gauss is not particularly good weapon in medium range, I think. In combination with very low arms, this mech will be good corner picker, very bad at hill picking. You will need to expose your mech up to this area to utilize your firepower. Not good. Not good. Only corners will be your friend, and even that is questionable somewhat because of, well, simple fact that Cyclops is not. It looks like lean and very narrow mech, but it's not really. Yes, it's not Night Star. Obviously, it's not a king crab, but it's not really narrow mech. I don't know. This one is definitely not Scattershot, not even a Moonwalker. No, nothing overpowered about this, to be honest. It will be fun thanks to the obscene amount of weapon hardpoints, but it will not conquer the world, definitely. Supernova then, Seraph. Very angelic name, okay. Looks not a big fan of custom pattern, I will tell you right now. It looks like clown car. Fight me on it in the comments, let's see. Right, so we have even more energy hardpoints. Wow, 10 hardpoints, energy 1 and 2 ballistics. Okay, jump jets, possibility of jump jets, and the quirks are obviously Sybil bonus plus 30%, a lot of armor, well, for a clan mech, structure and armor, extra consumable slot plus 2, tool shot capacity plus 2, and that's it. Okay, on the mech that is incredibly wide and the arms are kinda low, you will need to expose this entire part of your mech to bring your arms into bear, and everything you have is in the arms basically. Not everything, but you can see the problem. I know the usual wisdom is a lot of hard points mean a good mech, but I don't think this will be a good mech, to be honest. It's simply too wide for it. Weapon hardpoints are, look at this, you need to expose this. So this mech will not be a good hill picker. Corner picker? Don't make me laugh. Look how wide this thing is. This arm is in different zip code than this arm. No. Corner picking will be very questionable sport and activity. Like no fun involved. Only pain and suffering. So not good at hill picking, not good at corner picking. Sound like typical supernova. You need to stay at range or find some flat piece of terrain and position yourself in such way that the enemy is firing at your friendlies, not you. And you have everything in very low arms. which kinda force you to be up close and personal. I don't think I will be fan of this clown card, to be honest. You can quote me on that. So, definitely PGI learned something. No overpowered legendaries this time. In case on Supernova, not even that good, to be honest. Well, map adjustments. And you will see that I was not joking when I said it's a lot of map adjustments. Canyon network on quick play canyon network. Water absorbed into the soil and the lower areas are slightly more lush. Okay, graphical settings probably will eat some more FPS. Or maybe not, actually, water is eating a lot of FPS, maybe that was the reason. So I never actually had any problems with FPS on Canyon, so I'm not sure. Floating rocks and trees repositioned after the water removal. I don't know, okay. Sun settings changed. Not sure this will be good or not. And shadow settings changed. You will see actually that shadow settings are changed in a lot of places. I'm interested about those changes because I'm not sure, without seeing them, I'm not sure what that will mean. I liked the canyon looks. It was kinda bare, but it was good visual balance, not like, for example, Rubelite Oasis, which looks like big steaming pile of dinosaur. Anyway, as I said, also the shadow changes. Green Plexus stacked point fixed. You could still stack on Green Plexus. I didn't even knew that. And shadow settings update. Frozen City Night. Invisible wall placed to prevent players from reaching out of bound areas. Okay, fine. It was not a common exploit on Frozen City Night, but still, I'm fine with that. Viridian Bog, floating trees removed, fine. Theta camera repositioned. I'm not sure if that definitely will not change the quality of gameplay, I think, but okay, fine. Transmitter camera repositioned. Okay, also not very important for game quality, I think, but if there was a reason to change that, then sure, why not? And also shadow settings updated. I'm really curious what they did with those shadows, because the main idea here was to change how the heat vision and night vision is utilized by players. Because some of the visions are on some of the maps are pretty much useless except very close range, and vice versa. On some maps and some settings, some visions are like mandatory for sniping. So we will see what they changed on those maps. Hellbore Outpost, Conquest cameras renamed for functionality, okay, Domination generators and cameras, okay. Trees can be shot through were replaced with either rocks or other trees. Well, that's a good change, because there were spots, one in particular, on this map, where you could be fully hide behind the tree, but this tree was actually not solid object. You could fire through it. So if your opponent didn't knew this trick, you could be invisible. You could be a true ninja with that knowledge. So I'm glad it was removed. Also, shadow settings updated. More cameras changed. Floor tile placed fill-in section between pyramids on Sunside spawn. Okay, I'm not sure that change was like crucial or even needed, but okay. Shadow settings updated again. Mining collective. Invisible walls placed to prevent players from getting up out of bound location. Well, depending on how those walls were placed, this may be the end of hill sniping on Mining Collective. We will see. Also, there were locations when players just shouldn't be able to go. So I'm curious, what exactly are placing all those invisible walls? Okay. We'll see. Free Walls Colosseum. Assault capture points moved, so it's not stuck inside metal tree. Thank you. Fixing rock stack points. Thank you. Floating grass removed. Thank you again. Emerald Veil. Cameras added. Okay, nothing important really, but if that was needed, then sure. Shadow settings updated. Faction play. Vitric Forge generators moved. Okay. Casings removed. Health changed and shadow updated. Hellbore Springs. Again, generators moved. Turrets and walls added for generative protection. Shadows updated. Sulphurous Rift. So, basically we are talking about siege mode. Generators were moved. Turrets added. Okay, invisible wall placed to prevent players getting out of bounds between lanes. Okay, sure. Shadows updated. Okay, so in general on faction play, siege mode is somewhat changed. Not the idea itself, but the generators are moved and remodeled and the turrets are added. Also some map quality changes. So as you can see, on every map there are changes for shadows. Well, also, almost every map. Changes for shadows and changes for out of bounds area. Well, before I will tell you about the shadow settings updated, is it a good change or bad change? We need to see them real life, so. Moving on to Quirks. Mech Quirks adjustments. Hero Locust added 50% stealth armor cooldown. Sure, why not? That's interesting Quirks. That kind of Quirks have nothing to do with firepower. It's a feature, it's a characteristic of this particular mech. So probably something interesting for people that play stealth lights. Commando 3A added 50% SRM ammunition per ton. Same, really. Hero Commando added 25% cool shot cooldown. Also, nice feature. Nothing groundbreaking. Arctic Cheater Prime. Whatever. Arctic Cheater A added 5% energy and 5% energy to set of 8. That Arctic Cheater is usually to large lasers, so this is straight up buff for this particular setup. Not that it's particularly good, but hey, Arctic Cheater is not great anymore, to be honest. It wasn't like the most powerful mech the moment it dropped, and at this point it got power creeped quite heavily. Urban mech removed 10% enhanced DCM, removed 5%. Okay, added 15%, minus 15% for heavy PPC cooldown and 10% heavy PPC hit. So maybe some nerf for snap build, but if you want to rock heavy PPC, I don't know why would you, but hey, now it's more viable. Raven 3L added some enhanced DCM, fine. Nothing groundbreaking again. Wolfhound, more armor, A, B. Added 7.5% of heat dissipation. Yeah, this mech is. Those changes to Wolfhounds will not really make them more viable than they are currently. Wolfhound is sad mech simply because it's gigantic, so you will need to quirk it quite heavily to offset that particular sad feature. Hunchback to Sea Hero version added 5% heavy medium laser range and heavy medium laser hit scale limit +1. So theoretically now you can make alpha, like on this particular hero, Deathwish I think, you can alpha 4 heavy medium lasers, and I think you can squeeze also 2 ultra AC-10. That would be some fearsome alpha. I mean, you would definitely have hit problems, but I think you can alpha something like that. Suddenly Deathwish will be more viable, definitely more viable. That's interesting change. Griefing RS, added PPC family HSL +1. Okay, I can already see some interesting sub-build. Regular PPC build, ER PPC build, maybe, but the arms are kinda low. Nevertheless, straight up buff, definitely buff for a Griffin RS. Shadowhawk 2H, removed -10% laser duration, added 10% weapon velocity, whatever. 2D2, okay. I don't think this is anything groundbreaking. I don't think this mech will get more popular thanks to that, but straight up buff nevertheless. 5M version, this is swap. It is losing 10% ballistic cooldown, but it is getting 20% cooldown overall and increased jump chance. Maybe Ultra AC20? Maybe. Shadowhawk 2D. Okay, we are definitely steered into Gauss territory. I'm not sure if I would actually go for that, but hey, at least it's more viable with Gauss than before. And now what we all waited all along, one of the most important things in this patch. How PGI addressed the elephant in the room, the elephant called Scattershot. Well, it got nerfed to the ground, at least on the surface. Reduced velocity of everything from 50% to 25%. So huge nerf, reduced missile cooldown from 30 to 25. Yeah, nerf but not major. Reduced LBX cooldown to 25% from 30%. Also nerf, but not huge. This one though added 85% spread for LBX2 and 35% to LBX5. This is huge. Now you cannot snipe with LBX2s. No way. Suddenly this is definitely medium range mech with LBX build. Added spread for MERM 20 and MERM 10, also straight up nerf. So let's think about it for a moment. What other mech is considered overpowered missile carrier, or at least a medium range missile carrier? Well, Trebuchet 7M. So, how Scattershot will compare to the strongest medium range missile mech in the game, which is Trebuchet 7M? Well, it will still have bigger cooldown, slightly but still. It will still have quite substantially bigger velocity buff to its missiles. Trebuchet will definitely win on hit because Trebuchet have -20% and Scattershot have -10. Also, Scattershot is definitely tougher mech. More structure and armor. Trebuchet is tough. Trebuchet is tanky mech, but Scattershot have more. So, better velocity, better cooldown for Scattershot and better hit for Trebuchet. Also, agility is quite comparable. Shadowhawk is slightly less agile, but only slightly. Like Trebuchet is, yes, definitely is more agile, but the difference is almost unnoticeable. I think the Scattershot is still the best medium range mech in the game, even with current nerf, but it is definitely not as powerful as it was, and arguably now the difference between the Scattershot and Trebuchet 7M is not as huge as to induce me pay $15 for Scattershot, just play it as a medium range missile boat. So there's that. What about LBX builds? Well, LBX5 Centurion D is straight up better. LBX2, no other mech will be able still to compare with Scattershot on medium and close range with LBX2s. And mixing LBX2s with SRMs, I think still is definitely the best choice for this mech. It will not be as powerful as it was, but it is powerful and it will stay powerful. So I would definitely not pay $15 for it as only medium range missile build platform, but LBX SRM and LBX MRM builds are still definitely viable. It's still most powerful medium mech in the game, except energy department obviously. Would you pay 15 Bald Eagles now for it? I don't know, choice is yours, but it got nerfed. I think it will not be nerfed more than that, and I still consider it the most powerful medium mech in the game, at least in terms of ballistic, missile and missile ballistic combination, with maybe exception in medium range missile department only, but even that is arguable. I still consider it better than Trebuchet 7M, and there is nothing else that compared to those two mechs in the game currently, nothing. So definitely nerfed, but I wouldn't cry about it. Moving on then, Ebon Jaguar. Okay, this is straight up swap. Well, plus 20% cooldown in set of 8 and removed cooldowns for missiles, energy and ballistic. Yeah, sadly this mech have very few hard points in this configuration, and yeah, straight up buff, but I don't think I will suddenly see the surge of Ebon Jaguar's primes on the battlefield, to be honest. Archer. All variants added 20% higher missile explosives, critical damage only. Okay, nice. I didn't felt like I need that, but nice. Archer to air added 10% energy range and increase hit to -10 from -5. Straight up buff, but nothing major. This mech doesn't have enough energy hard points to really make use of this. Archer 5S removed 10% medium range missile cooldown, added 15% medium range velocity. Fine, sure, whatever. Archer 5W added 15% SRM velocity. Okay, that's straight up buff. I didn't feel like I need it on 5W, it's a monster as it is. And added SRM hit scale limit +1 to Archer 5W. Now this I don't really understand. This mech is a monster and somebody thought that this is a good idea to make it even better. I don't get it. Expect me to play this even more and expect to see more brawlers in Archer 5Ws, because this mech have possibility of mounting hilarious amount of firepower. Why it got buffed? I don't know, maybe it was not popular enough, but I think that's a problem with combination of brawling not being popular enough and Archer not being popular enough, not the 5W per se. This mech is somewhat forgotten, very powerful mech, but it is powerful. With this change, it will be ridiculous. Mark my words. Archer Tempest. Okay, 2 Quirks removed, but added 10% hit and 25% narc beacon velocity. Okay, I understand this is streamlining. They are changing, as I previously mentioned in previous patch, and you can see this one in this patch also. They change a lot of weapon specific or weapon family specific quirks like energy, missile to simply hit or cooldown or velocity, whatever. Novacat, all variants, more armor, substantial more armor actually. Novacat Prime removed a lot of quirks, but okay, this is swayed up actually. Novacat Prime is ER large, 5 ER large platform, and someone is trying to make it into the PPC platform, which I don't see happening because Nova Prime doesn't have enough tonnage and structure possibilities to make it for reliable for ERPPC bolt, and free ERPPC is just not enough. So I think it will still stay as extended range large laser platform, so I'm not sure why this change, but okay, sure, whatever. Novacat A, okay, some quirks removed, some quirks added. Basically this is a swap of quirks. This mech is not losing anything, but it is getting some interesting quirks. question is if this mech actually can use those quirks, because Novacat A only have 4 energy hard points. I think someone is definitely trying to steer us into 4 heavy large laser territory with this one. Otherwise this change wouldn't have any sense, to be honest. Novacat Bravo, 5% missile hit added and 5% range to set of 8. Why? Novacat Bravo, if I remember, is dedicated missile platform, usually Lair platform, sadly, and it is good at that. It is perfectly viable. In the right set of circumstances, you can easily do 1000, 1200, 1400 damage with this mech. Why it needed buff and specifically for missiles again? I don't know. Wiser people than me can explain that. Novacat C. Okay, increased cooldown, increased gem chance, or ultra autocannons, LBX spread, and ballistic velocity to set of 8. I don't think this change will make this mech any more viable, to be honest. Yeah, it is more powerful with that Quirks, but Novacat C is just meh. Novacat D, ballistic velocity added, energy cooldown added, and minus 5% hit added, definitely also buff. Hero Novacat, removed cooldown, okay, this is simply swap of cooldowns, and increase hit to minus 10% in set of 8. Okay, also straight up buff. Summoner G, remove 2 and okay, I don't know why this got removed. It's not like it's huge buff, 2.5% of range. It's really negligible. On 1000 meters you have 25 meters of range plus. It's just whatever, really. Summoner D, increase jump jet burn time. Fine. Summoner M, reduce heat dissipation to 5 from 7.5 in city. I don't think this was anything groundbreaking, to be honest, in this particular summoner, so I'm not sure why this change got implemented. Whatever. Summoner Pride, added 15% jump jet burn duration to city. Okay, fine. Cataphract, swap of quirks and actually some buff, more hit, minus 15% hit. Okay, and added seismic sensor, 100 meter radius. Interesting change, nothing groundbreaking, but interesting change. 1x, Cataphract 1x, 10% hit, change from minus 5, okay, and laser range, okay, and increased armor, and oh my lord, quite a lot more armor, and Cataphract is armored as it is. I'm not sure this will be like powerful mech thanks to that, but it will definitely be stronger than it is now. I will definitely play this mech more. 2x, Cataphract 2x, missile cooldown reduced, 15% cooldown added, 15% hit, and 20% missile velocity. Okay, so we are kind of pushed into the missile territory with 2x, fine. Cataphract 3D, increased ballistic cooldown from 5 to 15 and increased heat. Another 20% ballistic velocity. That's interesting change. I will definitely need to check my 3D for that. For L, a lot of straight up buffs. LBX spread, velocity, energy hit, and extra consumable slot. Yeah, why not? I see myself playing some 3L more. It will not break this mech, it will not make this mech powerful, but yeah, definitely change for a plus. Cataphract 4x. Whoa, this is actually straight up buff and not a weak one. Quite a lot of armor. Do you understand what this is even mean? This is 70-ton mech. Previously it had 32 points of armor in city more than regular 70-ton mechs. Now it will have 40 in the city. This is not even funny. It was in the ballpark of Bloodasp, 90-ton assault clan mech previously. I think now we are surpassing Bloodasp in terms of armor and quite rapidly. And on top of that, 25% weapon velocity, An additional 10%, okay, it is swap. It had 10% velocity. Whoa, no, it didn't have cooldown. You know what? Cataphract 4X with 4 ballistic hard points. Now it will be definitely funny mech to play. It was funny mech to play, but you need to remember arms are ridiculously low. But I think I will dust off my 4X more. Cataphract Ilya Muromets hero mech. Also buff to armor slide and definitely buff for standard AC cooldown. So yeah, Ilya Muromets is fearsome AAC 10 mech, and now it will be even more powerful with that setup. And faster too. Cyclop, increased crit chance in all Cyclopses. Okay, fine, whatever. Mudcat, 4 added 8 armor bonus to both torsos. Okay, fine. Same for A version. Supernova, more armor. Definitely more armor and structure. Increased PPC velocity from 10 to 15 and 5% energy range. So straight above to Supernova Broiler. Hero Supernova, sad mech. In more armor, more ballistic velocity and minus 10% hit. Okay, so again straight above to Brawler Supernova. Damn, this is a lot of quirks. A lot of quirks got adjusted this patch. Corsair 5R. Increased heat and ballistic cooldown added. Okay, so buff. Nice. Corsair 6R. Minus 15% LBX cooldown and 10% heavy Gauss cooldown. Okay, I see some interesting possibilities with Corsair 6R. Corsair 7R removed all current offensive quirks and completely new set. 10% weapon velocity, 10% cooldown and 15% hit. Okay, interesting. Also a buff in my opinion. And hero Corsairs. Okay, this is, yeah, whatever. And this one, broadside, more cooldown, more weapon velocity and ultra autocannon gem chance, so definitely a buff also. Atlas DDC. Okay, 10% reduction in enemy detection range against DCM. Fine, why not? Direwolf W, reduce range to 5% on left torso from 10%. I don't think this is a good change. Direwolves are not powerful mechs. A lot of people try to play direwolves because they are huge with massive offensive capabilities, and people think that will automatically win them the game, and very few direwolf players actually can achieve great results with those mechs. So I don't think nerfing direwolf in any capacity is a good move, but whatever. It seems other smarter people than me, and there is quite a lot of those, decided this need to be nerfed. Fine. Weapon adjustments. Ear medium lasers reduce cooldown, slightly negligible change. Clan ear medium lasers reduce damage from 6.5 to 6, but also reduce hit and reduce beam duration. That for me, that is the change for the sake of change. I don't think clan ear medium lasers were that powerful, and I also don't think it will nerf them. So think about this what you want. For me, it was completely unnecessary. Anyway, clan ear large laser increased cooldown to 475 from 4.5. Yeah, another change for the sake of change in my opinion. Mech adjustments. Increase acceleration, deceleration. Good. All assaults need to be more agile than they are, except maybe Atlases. Moonwalker, reduced acceleration and deceleration, matching Deathstrike now. I didn't feel like Moonwalker is agile mech, but fine. Mudcat 4 version, increased okay, so Mudcats got buffs to agility, at least for an A version. Okay. Kill tree adjustment, current jump jet vectoring skill node are now replaced with shock absorbers nodes. And current shock absorbance skill nodes are now replaced with overheat damage nodes with 4% Okay, I do understand why this change happened, because basically nobody used jump jet vectoring skill. It's a dead skill, so it's gone and it went the way of the dodo and nobody will miss it. Overheat damage nodes. This may be interesting. 4% value per node. I need to test that, but that may be actually quite strong. We will see. Bug fixes. Cicada, and oh, this is the most important change in this patch for Phil from NGNG Galaxy. Energy hardpoints inside torsos will prioritize the higher amount first, except Cicada X5 and Cicada 3C because of reasons. Oh well, I guess 3C will still stay as a sad mech with PPC on board. And X5, nobody care about X5, nobody plays X5. Phoenix Hawk, 2 and 1k, energy weapons, okay, so changes to the bunch of mechs in terms of weapon models placements. Okay, and that's it. Quite a long and winded explanation on my part, but this is just juicy. A lot of interesting stuff happened in this patch. 2 new legendary mechs, which I rate around the legendary Fafnir, so meh, really, and Supernova for me it will be straight up weakest of all the legendary. Quite a lot of changes to the maps, and depending on how shadow settings are updated, those changes may be quite important. A plethora of mech Quirks adjustments, huge nerf to Scattershot. Bunch of mechs will get buffed quite significantly. And slight weapon and mech adjustments. Interesting. Color me interesting. I will definitely be testing bunch of stuff in next couple of days. Well, that's enough for today. I hope you enjoyed me rambling for quite a long time. If you did, drop me a like, obviously comment on the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button to get the notification about the new videos. And see you on the battlefield, everyone!